seasons. The girls were brought up together in the palace by a caring nursemaid who tried her best to teach them right and wrong. But as they grew and matured, it became terribly clear that the girls were not like other princesses. Luna. Sisters can be such witches. Especially mine. Aura was a vindictive nuisance, hell-bent on making my life miserable. Not that I could say I didn't have a similar goal. But while she wanted to irritate and weaken me, I wanted her dead. She claimed she hated me as much as I hated her, but she wouldn't leave me alone. All summer while I slept, she entered my mind and insisted on sleepwalking with me. Today was no different. "Take a sleepwalk with me, sister," she said, her voice tinkling like a tiny silver bell. Her sickly sweet voice was the last thing I wanted to hear. She was like a gnat buzzing round, landing, only to buzz again once waved away. I was the hand to swat her, the fingers to flick her battered body off my pale skin. It was late summer, if I was thinking clearly. My body was physically asleep and lying safe in my cottage, but Aura had cracked into my mind and forced this dream and herself into it. Paybacks would be a real bitch come winter. Unless I could finally end this cycle, and her, before she took her winter slumber. Inwardly, I smiled. "Come on, Luna," she sang. "Wake up." I was seething, thinking of all the ways I could send her running away, back to her shining, opulent palace, and out of my mind. "Sister, we must talk," she cooed. Our chats were my least favorite thing in the world. Her voice was like a summer day, bright and chipper and beautiful, just like her, like the roses she grew all around her castle, their long thorns protecting the blood-colored blooms. That had been the most difficult lesson for many in Virosa to learn. The idea that some of the most beautiful things in the world were deadly. That was my sister, Aura. Lovely, enchanting. So achingly beautiful was she that no one could resist her. She barely had to use magic to lure them in. But once they came near, they quickly learned how intricate, sticky, and inescapable her web truly was. They were fools, taken in by a beautiful face. But their regret in trusting her was as short-lived as their lives. She hadn't always been this way. Aura and I were raised by people who had the best of intentions for the princesses left behind when the king and queen of Virosa died. Humans who did their best to understand the powers we had inherited and slowly learned to wield, who looked beyond the pointed tips of our ears and the elongated canines in our mouths. People who loved us despite the inner darkness we both tried to fight for so long. While Aura was groomed to take the throne when she came of age, I was made to watch and learn along with her, just in case something terrible happened. Because that was our reality. In the kingdom of Virosa, terrible things always happened. They happened again and again and again. One by one, people began disappearing from the palace and from our lives. It wasn't until I watched her kill the woman who had raised us without a flicker of hesitation that I realized it had been Aura making them disappear. It was always her. She'd been killing for years, slaughtering anyone who got in her way. The mattress dipped under her weight.